punishment. Gotta stay in the cut you off if you ain't making the cut. Couldn't tell you who the hell is behind us. You start to forget when you stay in front of it's up. And it's up for grabs, no remorse for who I'm taking it from. Numbers I give on my scoreboard is the only form of us staying in touch, that's staying enough. It's time to receive all of the favors I've done. Too late for y'all to switch teams, everybody getting big leagues. Product flying out the shelf, what's in store for us? Known to hit a hole in one, look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whatever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang all on, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressive to watch. We played the levels of Letterman jocks. Shout out to Steve. The boy getting love from the harsh critics. Strauss hit me bi-weekly to tell me keep taking it further. You aren't finished and I gotta listen. Any son of believing and see that I'm actually breathing and doing it real time. Love to pull an idea out thin air, act on it and profit in real life. If we not aligned, don't present me a dotted line. Yeah, I'm a QB, but I ain't handing on nothing for someone to monetize. And it goes to the birds too. Can't give it a time of $1, so cut her eyes. They get X'd out for they had the potential to be my ex. I know all the plays, I'm a seasoned vet. Yeah. Always showing up, known to hit a hole in one. Look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whoever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang all on, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressive to watch. We played the levels of Letterman jocks. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang all on, Iwo Jima got one flag. Yeah.
Hello again, all of you wonderful people out there in internet land, and welcome to another fun-filled edition of the Roundup with me, Travis Big League Berardi, brought to you by the wonderful people over at Plymale Insurance Group. On today's episode, we will have the top 8 defensive plays, our diamond cuts, brought to you by Brian Skowronski. Can't give you the best defensive plays without the best in the business. That's what Brian's going to do for you. I will have our chart topper from last week's greatest hits, as well as our top 5 for this week. We'll have the best shout-outs from our MVP interviews over the past week of our coverage in Talk of the Town. But first, as always, let us show you our highlighted conference for this week, and the champion was determined for both sides over this past week, the Knox Morrow Athletic Conference, the KMAC, and let's as always start ladies first. Here is the softball scoreboard from the area this past week. Non-conference play. Last night, Loudonville taking out Danville 4-1. That's a big non-conference win for Loudonville as they're the 4 seed in the D3 Northeast District. Danville, still a good test for them as they get ready to host a sectional championship coming up on Thursday. Northmore in a D3 sectional semi, 6-inning victory over Northridge. You saw that live and free on the OH Report, 10-0. Centerburg, their season has ended. They fell 3-1 in their D3 sectional at Utica. Non-conference action, a shootout at River Valley. Fredericktown knocking off the Vikings 17-12. Over the weekend on Saturday, Danville defeating Northmore 7-2. On Friday, Danville clinched the conference championship with a 7-3 victory over Fredericktown. In non-conference play, Mount Gilead knocked off Plymouth 6-3. Centerburg falling to Big Walnut 14-3. Northmore with a big win over Crestline 18-0. And the Lady Devils knocked off Fredericktown in the first of the 2 per se championship games. They knocked them off 11-9. That helped them get that lead, and then they clinched it one day later against Fredericktown. Now let's take a look at the final standings out of the KMAC. Danville unbeaten in conference play, 21-4 overall. 2 games ahead of Fredericktown, so the Freddies needed to win at least one of those 2 games. Well, actually, they needed to win both of those games to have a chance, but Danville took them out. They finished 8-2, 15-4. Cardington, 15-5 overall, 6-4 in conference. Northmore and Centerburg finished 7 games back. Lady Knights 3 games over 500 right now. Centerburg finishes 6-18, and the Lady Indians did not get a win in conference this season. They are 7-15. Now let's take a look at the baseball scoreboard from the past couple of days in the KMAC. East Knox clinched an outright championship. We saw it live and free last night, knocking off Northmore 3-0. Briar Householder, phenomenal. He has a 0 ERA this season. He's only given up 12 hits. That's something I've never seen before. Just a great work by him, and he was able to limit Northmore, the number 2 team in Division 4. Mount Gilead, a nice win over Granville Christian Academy. They shut them out 2-0. The Freddies over Worthington Christian yesterday, 5-4. In Centerburg over Johnstown, they went and got a victory out of conference, 5-2. 2 days ago, Cardington taking out Delaware Christian 16-2. Mount Gilead with a 10-run victory over Crestline, 10-0. Newark Catholic 12-2 over Danville. Newark Catholic, a high seed in their district. And Centerburg over Columbus International in non-conference play, 22-1. 2 games over the weekend. River Valley blanking Fredericktown, 6-0, and the Bulldogs knocking off Johnstown, 9-1. Now to take a look at the final rankings on the boys' side in the KMAC, and it is the East Knox Bulldogs, 10-2. 16-4. If Northmore was to win yesterday, it would have created a 3-way tie at 9-3 between them, East Knox and Centerburg, but the loss drops them to 3rd place. Centerburg finishes a game behind East Knox at 9-3, 13-8 overall. Northmore 18-5, finishes 8-4. Cardington and Fredericktown both 5-7. Danville 4-8, 6 games back, and Mount Gilead with 1 conference victory, 9 games back at 1-11, 4-13 overall. So there you have it. Congratulations to the Bulldogs of East Knox on the baseball side and the Lady Devils of Danville on the softball side, our 2 KMAC champs. Now let's send it over to a champ, Brian Skowronski. He's got your diamond cuts.
All right, thank you for the introduction, Big League, and I'm here to shine bright like a diamond, just like a lot of our area athletes did this past week. We had some conference championship games, some sectional championships, a lot on the line, and we're going to show you the best plays captured by our cameras coming up right now. Time to meet those diamond cuts, brought to you by the great-looking folks at Plymale Insurance Group. 8 defensive plays on my countdown today, but really, it's a 10-pack, because you're getting 3 for the price of 1 to get the party started, though Northmore Shelby Cooper looking to close down the Fiesta early, needing just 3 pitches to put the side down for a siesta with some super efficiency and a 10-0 win over Johnstown Northridge. 3 pitches, 3 outs. 2 more outs coming up here, but all in one play at lucky number 7, where Ontario's turn in 2 to wipe the base pass clean on this double play from shortstop James Mahon, who you're going to see collect the rock, gonna hit the second base bag, then sends a laser over to Stutz at first to punch them both out. And speaking of lasers, here comes one right off the bat at Chippewa's Ava Panchuli, who throws a scoop on top of the snow cone squeeze, and get this kid an extra pump of flavor for the awesome effort in the big time out. More double dipping on the way as we move into the top 5. Big game last night in Howard, and the Northmore infield was acting like it. Smooth double play like some Three Musketeers nougat. But instead of Athos, Porthos, and Aramis, it's Cuffman to Brubaker to Bowdry, all for 1 and 1 for all, but really for 2. You catch my drift, right? Okay. And since we're talking about catches, how about this next one by Highland's Jamin Troyer, who makes a mad dash for the sliding grab to shallow right in this awesome late season battle between the defending state champs in Division 3 and Division 4, as we now segue into the top 3 from number 4. Golden Knights on the fence yet again at East Knox, and the Dogs think they've got a bomb clearing the fence in the deepest part of the park. But Caden Martinez got the GPS tracker dialed in, still in the show at the exact location, and we will zoom this baby in so you can see just how much of a klepto Martinez really won, stealing a run right off the top of the fence. Crazy. And if you're wondering, like, how are we gonna top that? Watch Hillsdale's Jordan Fickus say, "Hold my prime," as she shows off the reflexes of a flying squirrel and throwing precision of a satellite dish for the inning-ending double play, helping seal a WCAL championship for the Lady Falcons with this ridiculous dash and dime. But at number 1 this week, try not to blink, because third baseman Arabella Staton gonna drop a pair of Galleon Tigers quicker than a Kendrick diss track, as she makes the lunging snag and protects the bag for the unassisted double play for my top diamond cut of the week. So there you have it, folks. 8 plays, really was like 10, but you know, we kind of bend the rules around here. It's tournament time, anything goes this time of year to get the job done. And did I get it right here on my list? I could argue the top 3 all may be interchangeable. It took me a while to determine what I actually thought was the best of the best, but I thought tournament play, quick reaction time, get the play at third, and the threat. I don't know, you tell me, hit me up in the comments section. Let me know your thoughts on this week's list. But I'm a little exhausted, so we're gonna take a quick time out here, and when we come back, you're gonna hear from the athletes themselves on this week's edition of Talk of the Town.
Welcome back to the Roundup with me, Big League, brought to you by Plymale Insurance Group. It's that time of the show now where our MVP interviews give us their shout-outs from our coverage over the past week. It is time for Talk of the Town.
Shout out my mom and my dad for keeping me going in the slump. Shout out these 2 best pitchers in WCL right here, helping us come out with the win. Shout out Lucas Duke for hitting with me every night at Bo Poland's house. And that's all I got.
I'd like to shout out Lexi for calling my pitches, and just all of us, and hoping to go get a big win.
Shout out family and friends who are watching and are here supporting us, especially the community. They've come out and shown out well for us and come to support us the past couple of weeks. They're behind our backs, and we always hear them, and it feels real good to be playing for them. And then Coach Church, always having confidence behind us. Coach Klein putting us in positions to win ball games, and Coach Alry for giving us the insight that we might not want to hear but we need to hear, and all the other coaches and Coach Gress for just telling me what to throw and helping me get through the games.
I want to shout out the pitchers for just filling the zone and just giving me strikes and I can catch them.
Gotta give the middle infield B Cup, aka James Clover, and I gotta give Caden Wangard one. And then I gotta give my catcher D-Rock, big dog back there.
I'd like to give all glory to God, my family, and thanks to my coaches.
Shout out to my mom, my dad, brother Leo, everybody that came out to the game today.
Shout out to my team because they're all the best.
Alma mater, 3, 2, 1. Alma mater, hear us. Sing our praise to you. Forever faithful we will be to our proud gold and blue. Memories we cherish of the days we knew. We always will stand by you, loyal, firm, and true. Bum, bum, bum. Years from now will find us in places far and wide, but ever nearer to our hearts is our dear Hillsdale High.
It's that time of week 4. Big League's weekly top 40 minus 35. It's the greatest hits. But before we get to this week's nominees, it's time to look at the chart topper from last week's nominees. Roll it. Our chart topper from last week is Danville's Ruby Bartok, who hits this no-doubt home run against Shelby. She knew it right off her bat. The dude sitting behind the right field fence knew it right off her bat. that one was crushed. Congrats, Ruby, and once again, Danville fans came out in full force to get another winner. Now, it is time for this week's nominees, the greatest hits nominees for week number 4 of Big League's Roundup. Roll it. Our first nominee comes from Galleon, where in tourney time, Caitlin McGee shines bright like a diamond. In key situations, she sends this drive to the fence in the gap, then turns on the afterburners for an RBI triple in their sectional semifinal win over Colonel Crawford. Nominee number 2 must have been a Queen fan, because Waynedale's Evan Yoder was cool under pressure with 2 out in the bottom of the 6th, down 2 to the defending D4 state champs. Yoder sends this shot to the fence in deep left to tie the game. They would then go on to knock off Highland 3-2. Our third nom stays on the same field, but is from the visitors' side this time, as Norway's Logan Ditchler tells this fastball to hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. This homer helped Norway take the WCAL lead 1 game ahead of the Golden Bears. Nominee number 4 loves him some throwback jams, because Crestview's Tyson Ringler was singing REM after his swing, going, "If you believe I put a ball on the moon, ball on the moon." I honestly think that ball still hasn't landed, as it went into orbit as it left the Lucas Valley. Our final nominee is dissing the softball like Drake dissing Kendrick. Northmore's Maddie Simpson sends this no-doubt bomb to center field to help the Lady Knights to a sectional semifinal victory over Johnstown Northridge. It is time to vote, as operators are not standing by, but you can place your vote in the comments section below. And that will wrap up another exciting edition of the Roundup with me, Big League Berardi. A lot of great plays we've shown you tonight, as well as our greatest hits nominees. Make sure to vote for those in the comments section below. And as always, just 1 vote per person. I'll give you the chart topper next week as we really kick off tournament time. Happy tournament time for you softball fans, as that's kicked off this week. Baseball next week, as both sides will be trying to get back to Akron. Baseball at Canal Park and softball at Firestone Stadium. I want to thank the fine folks over at Plymale Insurance Group, as always, for sponsoring this show. Without them, I would not be here making a fool of myself week in and week out. But that'll do it. I will see you on a diamond near you shortly, and we'll be back here 1 week from now. So long.